Hey guys, it's me, Natty. Today is October 9th, 2015, and today has been a huge day of milestones, along with last night. So while I was checking today, just for the lulz, I guess, I realized I had 100 YouTube subscribers, which is a lot for me, so, yeah! I'm almost at 250 Tumblr followers. Rocket hard there. And, I recently checked BJD Addicts, and we are at 7,009 members of the BJD community. That is amazing, you guys. I want to thank all of you guys who have been supporting me through likes, reblogs, comments, everything like that. It really helps, especially since I've been down in the dumps recently, and everything you guys do just, it just brings me right out of it. So, thank you so much. And BJD Addicts, it's absolutely insane how big we've gotten. There's only 3 of us mods right now. There were more applications submitted for more mods, so like 4 mods for 7,000 people. So I'm so happy most of you guys are taking it a little easy on us. So, in sort of a happy day kind of thing, I am doing BJD Addicts prompt number 19, which is scary stories. So, without further ado, let's get it underway. And we're back. So, scary stories. So everything bad that's possibly happened to me in my 5 years in the hobby. That's been involving these guys. Hilo is here. I don't usually show him a lot on camera. This is, my Resin Soul Moo. And he's gonna sit with me for this video. So, I guess I could start at the very beginning for the horror stories. The main one happened a few years ago. I took Demetrius, my Kizdoll Elfsai, outside for a photo shoot, and I went to a back wooded area where there's a bridge, and I had posed him. He was standing, and I pulled away for 5 seconds, but Demetrius, being the joy that he is, he decided he didn't want to stand, that he wanted to faceplant instead. So he went kaputs, and his ear broke off, and 2 of his fingers broke off. His head cap flew like a meter away along with his wig, and he was just face down on this bridge, and I was so scared that his face was broken. So I lifted him up. His face was perfectly fine, no scratches or anything in his face up. But when I saw the damages, I went into a huge panic. I was crying quite a lot. And, I looked and I looked and I looked, and I couldn't find anything. So I went inside the house and I called my mom, and I told her, and she was like, okay, I'll help you look when I get home. And then I called my pen pal, Christine, and I was crying over the phone to her, being like, I broke Demetrius. And, so I was a huge mess. And so when my mom came home, we both went out, and she managed to find the ear, and I managed to find the fingers. And I had a friend who lived in Barrie who said that she would be more than happy to help me fix him. I would just have to pay for shipping. And so I sent him away, and he was able to get back here before I had to leave for my first year of college. And he was fixed, and it looks like he has a scar on his ear, and it looks like he's wearing rings now. And it's really cool, and I am so grateful to her for fixing him for me. And now I'm more careful when I'm posing my dolls standing up. Second horror story doesn't have the best outcome. Again, a few years ago, I had just gotten access to the Den of Angels marketplace, and someone was selling a modded, really, really yellowed, really bad condition Sum Lazul head. And as soon as I saw the sculpt, I'm like, I need it. It's the cutest thing. I love it. So I bought it for like $15, and the shipping was $5. So $20 for a Sum head. I think that's a good enough deal. So it got here, and I'm like, okay, you could sit on my shelf for a night. And then the next day I'm like, I'm going to try giving you a face up. So I went outside to spray him, and I sprayed him, and then I turned to go back inside, and pants have this fun issue with me because I have shorter legs, I guess, and they're really long, and especially pajama pants. So I turned to go, and my foot got caught on the inside of my pants, and I face planted onto my deck, and the Sum Lazul head was crushed into powder, pretty much. And yeah, I didn't really, I was a mess. I went to my room and I cried for like an hour straight. But then I'm like, you know what? It just wasn't meant to be. It's $20. I'm out. Okay. So that was pretty bad. Next horror story. This one has a good ending. It is with Hilo here. Hilo has magnetic horns, of course. And, I was posing him on my deck, which is about a story and a half off the ground. And he's not a good stander, so I usually have him sitting for these pictures. And so I had him sitting, and then we have outdoor barn cats who catch all of our yucky mice that we have in our barn. And it decided he wanted my attention and my pets, so he jumped up in front of Hilo, and Hilo got knocked over onto the ground. I was so scared because, as you guys can see, he has these ginormous ears. They're huge. And I was so scared that, oh god, great, now I have another broken doll. But, it actually, he was 100% fine. He landed in some really thick grass, so that must have cushioned his fall a bit. I feel really bad, but that is probably the best outcome, is that he was perfectly fine. And, yeah, now I make sure that none of my cats are sitting next to my dolls. My cat Frodo likes to lay down on my feet while I'm taking pictures, and I'm perfectly okay with that as long as he's not near my dolls. Let's see. Last horror story. Last one. I went to Alberta with Rajan and Alex a few years ago. Yes. And I loved taking pictures of them in the river that was running through Lake Louise, the town Lake Louise. And I loved taking pictures of them there. And the water was really, really cold, but because I've been on my feet all day. I love to stick my feet in there and just, it was very refreshing. And I brought Alex with me one day, and I had posed him, and then he decided he wanted to go swimming. And he slipped off of the rock that I had him posed on and just plunk right into the water. And I grabbed him. It wasn't really that far off. It was like he just slid into the water. So I was really scared because I'm like, oh my god, the string's gonna get wet. The string's gonna break. What do I do? But it actually wasn't that bad. I took him home and I dried him off, and he was perfectly fine, but I was still freaking out for a little bit because I'm like, oh my god, this has never happened before, what? So, yeah, that's it for my BJD horror stories. If you guys are going to Forest City Comic Con in London, Ontario on October 18th, you will be seeing me there. I would really love to talk to you guys. It is so much fun when I meet people who actually know who I am. Though inside I'm screaming because I'm like, oh god, what if I say something stupid again? But it's so cool to meet people who actually know who I am. And yeah, so you'll be seeing me there along with the other members of 7th Fantasy Cosplay. I won't be bringing any dolls with me because it's a smaller convention and I don't want to lug these guys around. So yeah, thanks for watching. Thank you for all of your support and hopefully your continuing support. And I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.